Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm so grateful to have you here, and today we are making spaghetti squash boats. Everything that I will be using for this recipe. All of the ingredients that I'm using in this recipe you can alter to your own liking. You can remove or add different vegetables, whatever are your favorite. Spaghetti squash, red bell pepper, onion, tomato, fresh garlic, eggplant, zucchini, mushrooms, ground beef. You can use ground chicken, ground turkey, or ground beef, or you can make it completely vegetarian, leave the meat out altogether. I'm gonna use either vodka sauce or traditional marinara. Okay, so now we're gonna cut the spaghetti squash in half. Now that we have our spaghetti squash cut into boats, we're gonna scoop out the center. This is what you should end up with. If it's not perfect, it's okay, just do your best. If you're going to be cooking your spaghetti squash in the oven today instead of in the pressure cooker, you're going to need a fork and you're going to want to puncture a couple of holes all around it. And then after you do that, you're going to want to take a little bit of olive oil and drizzle it over the top on a baking sheet. You're going to want to put it in a 375-degree oven for about 30 to 40 minutes. You want to check your spaghetti squash by poking a fork through it and making sure it goes all the way through. Once it's soft and tender, you know it's ready. Okay, if you're cooking your spaghetti squash in a pressure cooker today like myself, you're going to want to put your spaghetti squash in the top like that, and then you're going to want to add 1 to 2 cups of water. I put mine on high pressure for 20 minutes. Now we're going to let it cook for 20 minutes and we'll check the texture and make sure it's ready. If not, we'll leave it on for a little longer. Now we're just going to add a little bit of avocado oil to a pan. Now we're going to add our ground beef to a hot pan, and we're going to add a little bit of seasoning, garlic salt, and we're going to cook that. I'm gonna add a little bit more garlic salt. Now that the ground beef is done, I'm gonna add it to a bowl. Now we're gonna prep our vegetables and put them in the pan. water. We're gonna let these cook and get a little soft. I don't want mine too soft. I like a crunch. The spaghetti squash is now ready to check on, so I'm gonna vent. Okay, now we're gonna open it up and check on it. Now we're gonna just take a fork and like poke it through. If it goes through easily, that means it's completely done. Same for if it's in the oven. Okay, so when you remove it, be careful because it's extremely hot. Now the next step is to scrape out the spaghetti squash. Be really careful because it's so hot. If you want to do the boats like I am today, you want to be very gentle with the shell. If you don't want to do the boats and you just want to do it in a regular bowl, it doesn't really matter. Now that the veggies are basically cooked, you're just going to want to add your ground beef or whatever you'd like. Now I'm going to be adding my vodka sauce, which is basically tomato cream sauce laced with vodka. You can use whatever sauce that you like. Now we just want to let this warm up for a little bit and then we'll plate it. Now let's assemble. Okay, let's try our spaghetti squash boat. This is so warm and cozy and so full of flavor. I can't wait for you to try it. Until next time, bye.